Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody tonight? Happy Wednesday. I am so excited about another episode of Blend with Kimberly and Friends. And I am so happy, so excited to have my good girlfriend. Not enough letters in the alphabet to describe my
I
dear
love you.
friend Brayley Evans. Welcome to the show, Brayley. I am so
Hello.
excited to have you tonight.
Look,
Oh my God, I gotta read your bio because it's so dope.
but it's so
Tried to,
long, Jesus.
I know, but I tried to memorize it because I know so much of it. But you
Right.
are so multi-talented and so amazing. I'm gonna ad lib just a bit, but you are a native of Oakland, California.
Right.
You are a Cali girl,
Yes.
and you are an actress, a producer, a vocalist, a motivational speaker, definitely a comedian and a voiceover talent and author. You became the spokesperson for Jenny Craig back in 2013, and this opportunity allows you an opportunity to inspire women across the country. You are known for your bubbly charisma, and you
Thank
have
you.
graced the screens of so many things. Just right, Sparkle. He's mine, not yours. Black Coffee. The Man in 3B. Let the church say Amen. Black and Privilege, and so many other things. Being Mary Jane. I mean, and the list goes on and on. But what we know you for I think most recently, is your role as Rondell on Own's Own Ambitions.
Yes.
So you have been such a tremendous, I mean, you've had such a tremendous career. And I met you at on the set of Sparkle, and it was such a great encounter. So I want to just go back a little bit because I want my followers to get an opportunity to get to know Brayley. You're
Okay.
so candid on your page already, just full of life and just bubbly, and
Thank
everybody just
you.
loves you. When I posted it, people were inboxing me like, "Oh my God, I just love Brayley."
Oh,
Yes,
that's
they
awesome.
do. So I want to just go back to our days at Sparkle. I want to start there. I know you are an Oakland girl. How in the world did you get to Detroit on the set of Sparkle?
My manager, my agent, his name is JC, better known as Jesus Christ.
Hello.
If you don't know him, you might want to get to know him because that management team right there. Uh, First of all, sis, thank you for having me. I love you. You're one of my dearest friends as well. Um, how I got there, boy, I spoke that thing into existence. I had been telling my parents from a little kid that I would grow up and I would be famous and I would be rich and I was gonna have butlers and drivers and chefs, and they were like, "Little girl, where you come from?" And I was like, I was speaking those things and didn't even know what I was saying, back then. And I thought it would be through music because music is my first love. I sing. I was in a girls group, and when one of the girls dropped out of the group was over. So I went back to college and started, singing background in different nightclubs in the LA area after college. And one of my neighbors saw me and I saw him and got excited because I realized that's the guy on the McDonald's commercial. And I stopped him like, "Oh my God, you bit the Big Mac." And he was like, "Oh, okay, you have a whole show." I was like, "No, I don't." And he's like, "Yes, you do." I was like, "No, I don't." And he thought I was someone famous already. He said, "I tell people I live next door to a famous actress." I was like, "Buddy,
And he was
wasn't me."
already speaking it too.
He was speaking it and didn't he, this is a Hispanic guy at that. Like, I'm like, "You don't know me. Like, all black girls don't look like."
Okay.
But it was so funny that um I would then he would introduce me to his commercial agent. She signed me on the spot. No headshot, no acting classes, just off of a conversation.
Favor.
So, when you got it, y'all. And I'm not the only one to get it. I want y'all to know that. Don't don't think that when the world tells you you have to have an agent, you have to have a manager, you have to have headshots. I didn't have none of it. And you see what my career's done. So that's just a testament that you just walk and let God just keep opening doors. So as he was opening doors, um, it was so funny it's so funny because I had to stop because he had been opening doors and it seemed like they all began to shut. And so much so that my house was in foreclosure at the time. I actually owned a couple of properties at the time because I was selling real estate before I was an actor, and telling my dad, "This is how I'm going to retire. And I'm going to retire by with this real estate.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I was like, okay, now the house is in foreclosure, and I'm like, what am I going to do? I had to go get a job because that NACA and everybody else was not helping people who were quote unquote investors who had more than one piece of property. So I went and got this job at the local cable company. Time
I
Warner
remember
Cable.
that.
Yes. Oh, you know it all. You've been with me from day one. Okay. So that's what they don't know is I'm working at Time Warner Cable, and I'm there way too long. God had already told me you could leave, but I was like, my mama told me, God, I know what you said, but my mama said you don't leave
So
a
wait a
job
minute. So
without a
you were
job.
selling real estate. You were working at the cable company. Your house was in foreclosure, and you literally were like, "Okay, this ain't adding up." So God, I'm getting ready
So
to do this, and I'm getting ready to do this gig in Detroit. Well, you got this opportunity in Detroit.
yeah, well, what happened was I was at the cable company and my phone rang, and it happened to be Mara Akil. And if anybody knows who that is the writer, director, producer of some girlfriends of Love Is of Sparkle. Okay, so she
Okay.
called me, and I hadn't talked to her in about 4 years because I had done some real estate work for her 4 years prior.
Oh,
And so she said, my husband and I have always kept you in mind. And I got to say this, I got to take it back a second. When I worked for them in real estate, I never mentioned once that I was an actor.
but
Never
they saw
once.
something. Her and her husband saw
Celine,
something in you, Celine.
they
Yeah.
they were like, Brayley, we want to talk to you about something. And I was like, oh, did I do something wrong? They said, no, you've worked here for like 6 months and you never mentioned you were an actress. And I said, because I'm here for real estate. Because I'm here being your house manager. That's right. And they were like, you are special. And I was like, no, I just realized I don't pull on people. I pull on God. Like, I don't got to pull on you for what you can do for me, because if it's meant, God will do it. And so and from that conversation 4 years prior, here she is calling me saying, we never forgot you. We always were waiting for the right thing. And we have this role we like you to audition for. I got a call while I was sitting at my cubicle in Time Warner Cable. Baby, when I saw Mara's name on my cell phone, I ran out to the parking lot and was like, hello.
And yes,
she
I'm
said,
available. And goodbye.
yeah. She was like, can you do this audition? Friday happened to be my off day. That was just like crazy because I was like, how am I gonna take off work? But I went to this audition and I got the role, which it didn't make sense still, because when I got to the audition, every girl that was on the radio at the time was
there.
sitting in the lobby waiting to audition. And so I was thinking, why am I here? Like, these girls are selling tickets. Hey, I got your CD in my car. I love your video. And I love the way you sing. Like, it just didn't make any sense. And this was that one piece of the one moment in my life that I truly knew my grandmother wasn't lying when she said, the small, still voice. I was like, Granny, like all of us hear the granny talk about small, still voice.
Yes.
I was about to get up and walk out of that audition because I felt like I can't sing like these girls and they have records out. So why am I here? I heard God say so clear. He said, I'm the giver of talent. I give out all the talent. Those are your sisters. Do not compare yourself. My only requirement
I
of
love
you
that.
is to use the gifts I gave you. That is your life's requirement. Use what I gave you. Do not look at somebody else. And I was just like, okay. By the time I said okay, there was Brayley Evans next to come in the room. Mind you, I could hear them going in before me, and they could do these runs, and they was, I mean, these are people that y'all, like, I would never.
So you knew you were going in for a singing role.
Yes.
You knew that going in. So it was more than just acting.
It was
you had
acting
to
and
act
singing.
and sing. Now, had you ever acted before?
Yes, this was my second film. I had done the movie Just Right was my first film. With Queen Latifah, where I played her her best friend. So courtside tickets coming my way. And and the choice, let me tell you something. The choice I made to sing that one little line has blessed me beyond. You guys know what? That was just a line in the script as what are we gonna?
Were you supposed to sing that in the?
I was not supposed to.
So because I remember that line in the movie, and so you just inadvertently said, "I'm gonna go ahead and sing this line because it sounds better if I sing it."
Can I tell you this? It was my first movie. And I was getting, can I say it out loud, Lord? I was getting bored because we had to do the scene like 12, 15 times.
Because I don't think people realize how many takes it takes to make
to
a
get
take.
one take.
Get a
It
take.
takes a lot of takes to get one take. So by this time, I'm tired, and I'm like, oh my God, you get tired of saying the same line over and over. This is my first time. Please don't forget. So I'm thinking, I'm sure they got it by now. So I'm just going through the motions, and I'm like, hey, courtside tickets coming my way. Mind you, I'm just now.
So you didn't know. So wait a minute. You didn't know that you singing courtside tickets coming my way was going to land you a role in a movie that had been shelved. It had been canned. Well, I don't know if the proper term, shelved, canned, whatever.
Yeah, shelved is right.
Shelved for years. I mean,
12. I think it was 12
it
years.
was 12 years because that role they originally wanted for Aaliyah,
Yep.
for that particular move for Sparkle.
Mhm.
And then of course Aaliyah passed away, and so they shelved it until that time when we were able to work on that set. So
When Jordan came along. Yeah.
Yeah, and so let's fast forward. You get the role. You are on the plane
Crazy.
going to Detroit. What did they tell you? Because I remember when you first walked in that trailer, I was like, I love her. Like, I love her.
That's so sweet.
I love her. And I remember, I think you came in the trailer, because let's talk about that trailer a little bit. Because
yes,
the trailer we were in was like for like 1, 2 people on the call sheet that was like from 1 through 5 or something. Mm-hmm. But I remember you coming in because I think Kim was in the room. Kim Kimball was in there, and I think you had a hair question or something, and you had to come in about your hair, and you were so sweet. And
let me tell you,
I was like, I wonder what role she's playing.
You want to know the real? The reason why I came in that hair, well, I don't know why I came in the hair trailer. I can't remember that. But let me tell you why I spoke to Kim first when I came in that hair trailer. Kim Kimball. I was Kim Kimball's real estate agent.
Really?
And I had told her that I was thinking about acting. People were asking me. And when I walked in that trailer and I said, Kim, she was like, oh, girl, like she was like, you did it. I was like, I told you that I was thinking about acting. She and I celebrated. And she was just, like, I was looking for her a new salon. Like that, I've been her real estate agent for like 2-3 years prior to. I was real estate agent to the stars.
And Kim looked out for you because Kim said, Kim, can you put something on her face real quick? And I was like, yeah. I was like, she looked like me. I mean, we got the round bubbly face. God, like, yeah, I can do something.
God is so strategic. Well, I was real estate agent to the stars. Let's not get Queen Latifah was my client. Like I had clients, right? Like it didn't make any sense that God knew what I was going to be doing, but he was putting me in the realm of these people through real estate. And then I got to double back, and then they'd be like, I didn't even tell Latifah that I was, because she knew me from my singing days, so she knew I had the musical thing. I didn't tell her about the acting either. I'll never forget the moment she saw that Twix commercial on TV. She called me like, why am I looking at your ASS on TV?
Right. And Latifah, this is Queen Latifah talking to you, right?
Yes. And she called my phone like, what are you doing? I was like,
I love the fact that you got that role and you didn't call Latifah, because you could have easily called Latifah and said, Latifah, I need you to call Mara or call whomever and make sure I get this role. Who was the casting director? Was it Twinkie? Who was the casting director?
Twinkie Bird was the casting.
Yeah. So just getting that role on your own had to feel good. And so now you're in Detroit. You've partnered up with Kim Kimball, and you met your soul sister, Kim Lee. And, and then next thing I know, we're in your room, and you got to be to work Friday. Because you've already done your role. You've already done, I think they wanted Tune Ann to do like, it was something brief, because I remember when I read the script, I remember you having such a small part. Yeah. And so I don't know how we ended up, I think I took you home that night, or something because I had a car.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember. I think I had it because they giving me a car, and we ended up in your hotel room. We eating, we laughed, blah blah blah. And so I was like, okay, so what now? You were like, I gotta go home because I gotta be to work on Friday. I was like, you ain't going home. You was like, I gotta go home. You said, but I don't want to go home. I said, what did God say? And you was like, I want to stay. And you spoke that thing into existence. So everything you talked about, from your neighbor to you as a little girl, speaking things into existence, that day, I remember you speaking that into existence, that you wanted to stay. And lo and behold, every day I saw you on that set, you were still there. It was like, she is still here.
I had more role, like they had implanted me in more scenes by that time, because in Sparkle you would see me. I mean, the scenes that I recall are the ones where I'm telling my mom, who was played by Tamala Mann, I'm telling her, Mama, they selling church dinners down at there. I had that scene. I had the scene of, I had scenes that didn't even make it to the film that we had shot. I had the scene of really encouraging Tune In before she went out on stage. Then they put me in the background singing with the girls. I was her background singer.
Yeah.
It was like, that was my time to be like, are you going back to a 9 to 5? Or are you going to trust God with this gift? And
honey,
I remember us praying though. I remember us going in with God. We went in that hotel room too. And let me tell you, that was the day that I was like, I'm going full in. I'm going to trust God with this talent. And that's what it's been for the last, since 2006. Was that, what year was that?
I think it was 2006, but I want to talk a little bit about your special moment with Whitney. I want those that are watching this to know about your lunch date with Whitney.
First of all, when Whitney Houston says, you having lunch with me today, and I look behind me like she got to be talking to Jordan, Atika, or somebody other than me. And she said, you, Brayley. I go, Father God. Did she really just say my name? Like, you guys, to have Whitney Houston utter Brayley Evans, Brayley, huh? Like, you can't, your brain just shuts off because you see her lips going Brayley. Like, it was in slow motion. But she wanted me, and I'm thinking, oh, I get to go in her trailer and we're going to have lobster and steak or whatever. Baby, we sat right there in that lunchroom down in the basement of the church with everybody else. And she was there every day, though. Not just that day, but every day she sat with us to, you know, to have her lunch. And she wanted me to sit at the table with her because she just wanted to talk about me and my love life and understand why I'm so cute and so all this, and what's going on, who's the boyfriend, who's the man, we get married soon, what we doing, because you have a young energy, get someone a little younger than you. Like, she was giving me the business. She was like, look here, she was gonna marry me off if it was the last thing she did. And I could not wait to get back to LA to like spend time with her.
Right. And we were all looking forward to spending that extra time.
We made a family. Yeah,
we had a family. And I want to just kind of, that's a perfect time for us to transition. How did your family feel about you starring in a movie with Whitney Houston?
I think my mom was like, is excited about it, and my dad was in disbelief. I'll see it. I'll see it when it come out. I was like, Daddy.
Right.
My daddy has always been like that. He's always like, I'll see, you know.
Yeah.
But when it came out, my family, I'd like for you to know, out of Oakland, California, bought out a theater in Jack London Square, and 200 of my family members and friends came to watch Sparkle. And it just so happened had to be a theater in which some producers of the movie were just kind of going around to different cities, going inside of theaters. And why did they happen to be assigned to come to the Jack London Square Theater? And they were like, who put this on? And it was like, nobody put this on. They were like, wait, you played Tune In and you did this for the movie? We had a full red carpet. It was sponsored by Jenny Craig. They bought the popcorn and drinks.
I remember when you were the spokesperson for Jenny Craig, which is, not to cut you off, but which was another great opportunity, a national opportunity. So you have this big, huge movie premiere, and then you're the spokesperson for Jenny Craig.
Yep.
And then what happened next? Like, how did your career go from that point? Like, if once you do a movie, do you still continue to audition for movies, or do you audition for, because you've done some television too?
Yes.
So how did that transition happen?
Well, after that, you kind of you go home and it's quiet for a minute. You be like, okay, And again, Mara, it apparently I did a good job in on the movie set of Sparkle, because they were calling yet again.
Job.
They were calling yet again.
Look, I don't have any talent protocol, okay? Because I'm not a host like of a show for real. Like, this my
right?
show.
Yes, you are. This
I'm
is
a
a
host
real
of my
show.
show.
You see this makeup? You see this hair? You see these earrings? It's a real show. Okay? See my I Am t-shirt? It's for real.
Listen, I thought you keep talking about all of these great opportunities. You really have an it factor, because when you were doing all of the press for Sparkle, they weren't calling the other girls to speak. You were the one doing the press.
And I am like the lowest on the totem pole, with the double-digit number on the doggone call sheet. First of all, to be invited to to be invited to the press junket and to be so far down on the call sheet was like, how am I like number 23 and I'm doing the press junket with y'all? It don't make sense.
It just don't make sense. And that's why I wanted the listeners to hear that. I wanted them to hear that a lot of times the breaks that you get don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. You get to a movie set, you're supposed to be there one day with a small role, and then you end up there the rest of the film. You end up having lunch with Whitney Houston, which honestly, I mean, I ate with
singing with her. I got to sing with her.
No, but
she would tell me, do this run, harmonize with me. We was doing the Dougie.
Do it for me real quick.
What doing the Dougie? We was doing the Dougie back then. That's what was out there. Everybody was doing the hey. She was like, oh. She was like, do this. I was like, I can't do it. She was like, do it so I can harmonize with you. Like, she was not taking no for an answer, let me tell you. And one thing I remember that I cherish so much, Kim, and you can attest to this as it being true, she would come in 4 and 5 a.m. in the morning and put on gospel music on 10.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Every day. Every day. We praise the Lord every day.
She loved Fred Hammond. She was going in on Fred. She was going in on Kim Burrell. She was going in. So
we every day it was praise before anything. She set the tone for that set.
She really did. So let's go. Let's fast forward to all of these other great opportunities you had. Being Mary Jane, working.
So that was again Mara Akil.
Mara again.
When you do great work for people, they call you back, and so I'm blessed to have been in that show. Like, are you? And let me just tell you guys, I was hired as a what is it called? Reoccurring role, not even reoccurring, as a guest star. But they had me on the show so many times that people associate me with the show. They're like, oh, she was on Being Mary Jane. I was like, I wasn't really a main character, but it didn't matter because the audience said, she was on Being Mary Jane. And my agent told me,
that's favor number 25. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now, this one, you were shooting the Man in 3B. You were shooting the Man 3B when you came here for my birthday. You came and you were doing red carpet press junket. You did a stop at DC. Showed up, y'all. She shows up at my birthday party in DC, sings to me in front of all my friends. And I am losing my mind because one of my dearest friends is here. And I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, how did you end up in DC?
It doesn't, when I tell you, it doesn't make any sense. This has not been a hard road for me at all. And I want people to stop telling people that to be an actor is hard, or to do whatever it is that you want to do is hard. It's not hard if you trust God. You have to listen and move, listen and move, listen and move, listen and be still, listen and shut up, listen and talk, listen and say hi. If you just listen, your way will just be made for you.
And I think what happens is we listen to what we see. We allow what we see to be what we hear. It's like, that doesn't even make sense because that ain't what God's words say. So we go by what we see. And faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things what? Not seen. So already what you see don't even line up with what he's saying anyway.
Come on, God. Thank you, Lord.
That's not how it works. And so you obviously have taken a Q-tip in the spirit and cleaned your ears out and hear him clearly. Because you either took a spiritual Q-tip and said, let me get this out so I can hear what God is saying, because now you're walking. Speaking of walking, I'm getting ready to go past what I want to. Now you're walking on water.
Come on.
And you're doing these miraculous things, and you're working with some of Hollywood's most noted African-American celebrities. You work with, I mean, a international icon. I mean, you work with some of Hollywood's greatest producers and directors that literally people only dream about. There are some aspiring actresses right now that are watching this, that want an opportunity to hear. And I know they wanted you to say, I got my headshots and I did this, I crossed all my T's and I dotted all my I's, but I'm not hearing that. What I'm hearing is that you have done this strictly by faith.
That's it.
And you've been in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing with the right people, all in the right way. Like, it's just about literally taking the steps. And when God say back step, when he say go to the left, when he say go to the right,
that's
you gotta
it.
do it. And you can't hesitate.
No.
You can't. I think that's why we have such a kindred spirit, because I feel like my career has done very similar. Like, it just didn't. It has never made sense. It's never been about talent, because I do think I'm a decent makeup artist and a great one. I think I'm one of the greatest to ever walk. But it's still, there are people that are better, but I've done more. And it doesn't.
Oh, baby, excuse me. I'm about the thickest one in the industry. I'm like, are you, come on? And I said, how do I work?
And I mean,
more?
we thicker than a Snicker. We
thick in this piece. How do I work probably more than some of my thinner friends? And because some people would think, oh, you need to lose weight. I got to lose weight. I got to do this. No, baby, you are perfect just the way you are. If I wasn't thick, I wouldn't have been able to play tune in.
And that's what I love. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever been discriminated against being on a set? Because I want to just transition over to beauty, because a lot of times people feel that whatever they feel their deficiency is, or what the world says their deficiency is, will stop them. Have you ever felt that you were deficient, or that you were not the model size? And so did you ever feel, did somebody ever discriminate against you, or say something to you where you had to put them in their place and say, hey, look, I am who God say I am?
Well, I was discriminated against in a very corporate type way, where I was on a show. I was my very first series regular opportunity. We had shot 4 episodes, and all of a sudden, like one day we were on set. I mean, they shut the set down. They were like, "Up, everybody go home." They just started turning off lights, and we all went home. And I got a call that later said, "Oh, Brayley, we love you. You're doing an amazing job. It has nothing to do with your work, but the studio has been watching the dailies, and they've decided to go another way." And I said, "Okay, did I do something wrong?" And they're like, "No, you didn't. They just decided to go another way." So my agent called me and said, "It's okay. It's okay." Like, they decide it's their
show. So that
show.
can happen. So you could be on a set and you're not guaranteed. So you like a free agent.
Well, no, I was guaranteed signed contract for all 22 episodes and everything. But they decided to go another way. And the other way that they went was probably a size 2.
Uh-oh, it went out. Hey, guys, I think we had I think Brayley went out on us, but I think she's going to come back. We're going to keep on talking just until she returns back. I know some of you might have questions. If you have questions, I want you to actually include those questions into the comment section. Like, share this feed tonight. Like, share, post this feed to all your friends. Here she is. Bam, she's back. We just gonna keep on moving. We kept it moving. What happened?
My goodness, but the phone just child.
It's okay.
These phones.
So they chose somebody that was a size 2, and you
went and
forward,
so
and you got another great role.
That's why I got let go. I said, yeah, now y'all knew I had these curves before I got here. But the blessing is I got paid for all 22 episodes and only did 4.
Hello.
I need somebody to hear me.
Hello.
I need somebody to
And
count
so
4
now,
and count
with that
22.
yeah. So with that being said, with you doing 4 episodes, being paid for 22, could you still work on something else at that time, or did they have the liberty to call you when they wanted to in case they needed you to
Nope.
come back in?
They released me.
Oh, great!
So
So you were able to
I
do
could work.
something else and or stay home if you wanted to.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love it.
It
I
was
love
a
it. So
blessing.
it was a blessing. So let's fast forward to ambitions. Let's fast forward
Woo!
to ambitions, Miss
Oh, and
Rondell,
again,
honey.
guys,
We
I have to
loved you
tell
in
you,
it.
I was working on my second series regular, which was a Last Call on Bounce with Carl Payne, TC Carson, all these amazing actors, and was walking to lunch. They had fried fish that day. I was trying to get in line early because I wanted it hot. And somebody stopped me in the hallway and said hello. And I said, hello. I look, he's handsome. All right. Kept on moving. Next thing I know, a casting director who had an office in the building, George Pierre, I'll never forget. Hey, Brayley, somebody's in my office, wants to meet you. I said, I'm trying to get my fish while it's hot. I ain't trying to meet people.
Come eat
I'm
some
at
hot
work.
fish. Some hot
Baby,
fish, okay? Thank you.
I came back in there and met Benny Boom, the Benny
Wow.
Boom, and Sheila Ducksworth. They were there. Sheila Ducksworth is a executive over at Will Packard's office, honey.
Yes.
And Benny Boom, we all know who that is. And Benny said, when you walk by, you look like you can play this character, Rondell Lancaster. I looked at Benny Boom square in his eye and said, I am Rondell Lancaster.
Hello.
Now, he said, oh, okay.
And that's that
He said,
wit
okay.
you have that I absolutely love. So now here you are on set with none other than Miss Robin Givens, who we love.
Hello.
Miss Robin Givens.
I mean, I was watching her when I was little. Like, I was watching
She
her.
was giving the business.
I was watching her before I even knew I wanted to be an actress. I didn't even know what acting was. I was just watching stuff happen on TV. Like,
so did
and
you?
then Essence Atkins too. Essence?
Oh yes.
What? Like, I'm so oh my God. Like,
so I want to ask you, I want to get to beauty because I do have some beauty questions.
Please.
So with ambitions or any of your roles, because you said I am Rondell Lancaster. Did you have an opportunity? That's me. I mean, what?
I am.
I am. Yeah. I love your I ams, by the way. But
Thank you.
I love those positive affirmations. I'm big on affirmations. I'm going to come back to that, but I want to get all of this content in because it's so important. How much influence did you have on what Rondell Lancaster looked like for this particular role?
So I will tell you guys, they were sending me pictures that the department heads had decided upon how Rondell should look. And I pulled my department head to the side and said, Rondell has dreads. Rondell's a community leader. Rondell is single. She has no children. She is an activist. She is a business owner. She lives in the hood. She has dreads. I saw her. I knew it. And so the department head was like, they already kind of made the choice. It's one of these. And I said, I need you to go back. And then she was like, girl,
juice. You had some juice.
I don't know if I had the juice, but
I've been a department head and I've worked under department heads and I've worked with some strong-willed department heads. And so for you to be able to penetrate the mind of a department head, and for those that are watching that doesn't know what a department head is, so in the beauty trailer, we have hair and makeup, and then of course wardrobe. Typically, wardrobe is the lead. Usually, it depends on who has the most experience a lot of times. But if that wardrobe person is very strong, they'll say this is what she's wearing, and then from there they play off hair, and then makeup typically comes last, unless it's a role where the person's makeup is their thing.
Is the thing.
And so we're always the last on the totem pole. So you were cool with the wardrobe.
I was cool with the wardrobe.
Well, you had a diner.
I was like, this ain't it. So guess what they did? They then made me, they said, well, we're going to let you just say this to Will Packer. So me, I see people as God sees them, meaning you God's child, I'm God's child, we can talk. Like, I don't get all googly over your resume. So I was like, look here. Everything I said to the department head, I said to him. He said, Brayley, man, I don't know, man. I'm gonna try to push this through.
How did they want your hair? Why were you so
It was kind of like it was like a curly, bushy style, but it wasn't Rondell. It wasn't Rondell.
Rondell had dreads.
She was not primping in the mornings. That just wasn't her. Her hair was done when she got up. She threw it up if she wanted to. Like, she was ready to go. She was ready to get with it. And he had to take it to OWN to say, can we have this look? Because mind you, no one was rocking dreads on those shows. That's real. No. That's real black. That's real. Like, that's too much. And so when Will hit me back and said, Brayley, wow, okay, guess what? You wearing them faux locks you asked for. I said, come on. Like, I just knew that this was and it worked so well. And
it did.
Pleased. And can I just give it up to my department head, Wankia, and to KD Hair, who actually was assigned to me. She put my hair, Christia put my hair in so many different, baby, we rocked them dreads like it was none other.
You did.
It was so important to me that when it was time to put on a ball gown, that her dreads still could fit that part. When it was time to fight in the street, she needed to be able to throw them back and go for it. And when I say the hair department had my back and we made these looks interchangeable, it was fantastic.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And from there, you end up in March of 2019, you received an NAACP Theater Award for Best Supporting Actress. Can you believe now?
I just said, and how about I was shooting Ambitions and could not go to the NAACP Awards to get to even accept the award.
I was going to say, because I think I was going to ask you off camera, like, send me the picture of you with the awards, because I didn't remember seeing you at the awards.
Baby, I was right here in Atlanta shooting and was like, I won. I got a phone call. Me? It say Brayley Evans on it.
And it was for Best Supporting Actress in Ambitions.
No, in a theater. No, it was in a theater.
Oh, role. In a theater. Mm-hmm. Got it.
Theatrical role. Yeah.
In a theatrical role. Okay. What a great honor, Brayley. What a great honor. I feel like we need to redo. We need a
do-over, right?
A do-over. We need a do-over in that. I'm so excited for you about that. And so was that your first award?
Very first. Well, I had gotten other awards, but the first really prestigious, I should say.
Yes. And it was very, very exciting. And I want to talk a little bit about I want to go back to, God, there's so many things I want to ask you, because I know that the listeners are going to want to know what you're doing now. We've been in pandemic for the last 3 months. And so your career prior to this, of course, you were, skyrocketing. You've been back and forth between LA and Atlanta. I remember when you made the move to Atlanta, and I was so excited about you being in Atlanta. So tell me, since we've been in pandemic, what's next for you as it relates to acting? Are you still doing auditions? Are you guys still able to audition? How does this happen?
I literally got my first audition in 3 months yesterday. And
wait a minute, hold on 1 second. Uncle Daniel's on the feed.
What? Hey, Uncle! That's my uncle right there. You introduced me to him. When I say he has kept up with me over the years from you introducing us,
yes.
Like I'm sure he's like, my nieces are together. Wait a minute, it don't make no sense. I'm not there.
I know, y'all. Just for y'all, if y'all not certain what I'm saying. So while I was on the set of Sparkle, my aunt and uncle, they're my adopted aunt and uncle, Daniel Thornton and Angela Thornton, and they came and visited me in Detroit. And so they came to pray with me, because I was like going through, and I was like, I'm up here with this lady, and I and so they came on to Detroit and spent a week. I think they spent a week with us, and they just fell in love with Brayley. They adopted Brayley and prayed with Brayley.
They adopted me right on in. I'm still trying to get my cake and pie.
Right. And
I'm still
Angie,
waiting on
I
my
know
prize.
she's prophesied over your life and told you how successful you would be. And those prophetic words have come to pass. I just wanted to give them a shout out because I love them so much.
Yes.
They've spoken so much life into both of us. And so you need those kind of people in your corner. And so let's go back to the audition that you just had. I'm believing God.
Well, I haven't done it yet. It came yesterday.
Oh,
and
yesterday.
It came yesterday, and I'm a little I'm nervous about it. Can I tell you guys?
When do you have to do it?
So it needs to be done within the next like 5-6 days. I almost want to tell y'all what it's for. Is that weird? I know people don't usually talk about this, but it's
so I got a bunch of prayer warriors on here. I got a bunch of people that love you that'll watch.
Okay, so look here. I'm gonna tell y'all. I believe God
for Brayley that she gets this role.
Guess what it's on, you guys?
Yeah,
it's on SNL.
Wow, Saturday Night Live.
Can you imagine that?
I ain't gonna
and so I was telling my friend,
contain myself seeing you on Saturday Night Live every night. That means you gotta go to New York, right?
Bye. But you know what? They've been doing it remotely with all the stuff going on. They haven't been at 30 Rock. They've literally been doing it from their individual homes. So I was like, oh my God, that's my I felt the pressure of, can I produce this thing? Like, because it's got to be like the skits, it's got to be impersonations, it's got to be this. So I respect them so much. I was like, I don't know if I can do. My friend said, wait a minute, we didn't come this far to get scared now.
At all.
I wish they had sent that email to me. And I said,
can I just talk about your impersonations? I mean, come on. You sing, you dance, you act. Come on, Brayley.
It's on. It's on, y'all.
It's so serious. It's on.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
I think you got it. I'm speaking it. It's yours. My girlfriend on Saturday Night Live, y'all. I just want y'all to know, as I am introducing to you right now, one of my dearest friends, my sister, star of Saturday Night Live, SNL. Come on now.
Done.
Just like that.
Woo!
Just like that. I love it. Hey, listen, it don't even make sense, but it's just gonna happen. And everybody that's watching, you can say you were the first to know.
Hey, that part.
You can be like, I'm like, Inquirer, you were the first to know.
My palms are sweaty right now, just talking about it. I'm like, my Lord.
Yeah, and I do believe and guys, just so you know, Brayley is so amazing. So today we did her show, which is Water Walkers Wednesday.
Yes.
Water Walkers on Wednesday, is that? Did I say
no? Right? Just Water Walker Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm. Water Walker Wednesdays. I want to talk to them a little bit. I want you to talk to those that are watching about your Water Walkers Wednesday and some of the things you've been doing during pandemic to keep people feeling beautiful and feeling faith-filled, and all the things you have been doing. And then I want to transition into what you and Carl Payne have been doing. So yeah, let's talk about Water Walkers Wednesday. Just briefly.
So can I just tell you guys, I'm a church girl, as you can tell and see. And I was in the beginning a little fearful of being so churchy in the beginning, to where I didn't want to call what God gave me the name of my business when I needed to incorporate, when it was time for me to have an incorporation so that I would, protect my money. And that's a whole nother topic. But he gave me the name Water Walkers. And I said, God, what does that mean? And he reminded me of Peter getting out of the boat and keeping his eye locked on him. And with doing that, he could do the impossible, which was walk on water. And then to remind me that there will be times where you take your eyes off Christ, get in that human suit and start looking around at the storms and at the bills and at the people saying you can't, and at the this and at the that, and you begin to sink. But the best part of the story is Peter never drowned. Wow. Best part of the story is Jesus came out and got him, and they kept on living and doing what they was doing. So that's the name of my company, Water Walkers. Now, I now am comfortable enough with my faith spirituality to call it a ministry. I wouldn't even call it a ministry before, because I didn't want people to be shunned away. I wanted to accept everybody and give them a little Jesus anyway, because as soon as you ask me, what does Water Walker mean? Gotcha. You know what I mean? So Water Walkers is just my opportunity to help people find their gifting and then live by it. Like whatever that thing is.
So
it may not
actors,
be in the arts.
Are they girls? Are they women?
It could be makeup artists. It could be, you could clean house real good. God has given me this uncanny ability to find a strategy to transition yourself from your 9 to 5 to your living your dream. Like, I literally have these conference calls called Mastermind Conversations with Brayley. I don't know how I do it. I don't know where it comes from, but you tell me what the dream is. You tell me where you are right now, what you got going on. I strategically help you devise a plan to go from not in my, the name of my nonprofit is From 9 to 5 to Wow. And wow is walk on water.
Wow.
Let me tell you, when God gives me these things, I'm like, whoa, like he shakes. Like the way you said wow is when I said, oh, somebody said, Brayley, it's time for you to do a nonprofit. I said, okay. They said, what's going to be the name of it? Brayley Evans Foundation. I said, no, I don't need my name on it. I said, what do? I help people go from 9 to 5 to walk it. Wow. From 9 to 5 to wow. I mean, God does this.
It's so perfect. So I want you to be able to tell them how they can be part of WOW. Do they need to follow you? Because I know on your page, your Instagram page, you do have a link tree which has all of your businesses under it,
Yes.
which I love. I love
Yes.
that. I love the fact that you have WOW. I love the fact that you are doing so many wonderful things. Women, I mean, I was gonna say women walking in the world. No, that's Dr. D. Okay, that you have water.
Water Walker Wednesdays.
Water
Yeah, I
Walker
do.
Wednesday.
Water Walker Wednesdays just to uplift female entrepreneurs for them to come on and tell
women.
their.
No men can join.
No, men do join, and I told them
okay.
you guys are welcome. And it was a man on there today in
our
there.
chat
My
today? Oh, great.
One of my fans, he comes to all my stuff. He's like, I don't care if it's for women only. I'm supporting you. I'm like, I know that's right. He's like, y'all need a man in the room anyway. I'm like, okay. So
I love it.
I do only interview, and I have interviewed one man. He came on to talk about love and to see, give us, what men are thinking. So I do that too from time to time.
So now, is this something that you do free, or does people have to?
Free. No, this
wow.
is my free offering.
That's another wow.
Another one every Wednesday at 3:00 on East Coast. You can catch me for an hour highlighting, I like to take my shine and shine my spotlight on somebody else. And because really it ain't my spotlight anyway, because it's really Jesus shining his light on me, and then I'm turning it on to somebody else. Yes. So I'm just giving y'all a little bit of light. So that's on Wednesdays. But you can stay connected with everything I have going on at my website, which is BrayleyEvans.com. I've been having fun selling things on my new web store, my online store. That's kept me. I've been more busy during quarantine than I have without it. I started a fitness group called Get Fit with Brayley and Lacey on Facebook. It's a private Facebook group. So please, ladies, and that's for ladies only, because we got a whole bunch of body parts that be moving around in these workouts, and we don't need no onlookers. Okay, no onlookers, because you can go to the pay. You can pay. We can pay per view if y'all brothers want to watch. You can pay per view. Okay, there is something. But for the ladies, it's for the curvy girls. I do something called the Brick House Lifestyle, and that's like a paid subscription. If you want to be connected to me throughout the month with some exclusives and some things going on, then you can do that too. So I got a bunch of stuff that I have birthed more. Oh, I put a song out during quarantine. I put a studio up in my house in the gym area, and my producers came over and we wrote a song called Ambitious, because I said, because Ambitions didn't get picked up for a second season. So I said, even when your ambitions don't work out, baby, stay ambitious. So that's the name of my first single, which is being sold on my website. So I birthed a song. I got an online store going, Water Walker Wednesdays. I got, like it just keeps on going on and on. I have the 9 to 5 to wow. All these things came out of quarantine. Quarantine has truly blessed me.
So hear the prophecy from the Lord. Hear the prophecy from the Lord. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Mm-hmm. So you have SNL, Saturday Night Live, get ready to happen, where you have to do all these impersonations, and you have to switch quickly and have to play all of these roles and do all of these wonderful things. And you wonder why God downloaded all this stuff into your psyche while you were home on pandemic, because he was preparing you for that busy season that's getting ready to happen. Amen. He was equipping you for that busy season that's about to blow your mind. To think that you went from literally a workout group, a song, where you're coaching, you're teaching people. You have an acting class. You didn't even mention that.
Right. Acting class was just for the month of May because I wanted to make sure you were moving in May. So May, I did every Saturday. I brought all my celebrity friends to come and help pour into these actors that are coming up. So we did that every Saturday. There's 5 Saturdays in May. And now we're doing our one-on-one coaching, which is my masterminds with Braley, where actors and even people who aren't actors are coming and doing the one-on-one so they can get how they're going to strategically get themselves from A to B.
It's an Elijah Elisha moment. I believe that you pour so much into those people that they'll come out as great as you, as wonderful as you, and even more anointed as you because they came under your tutelage. And I think that that is going to be so incredible. I can't wait to see what is birthed out of those that you poured into, from those classes. I am excited about that. I am so excited about that. The people on my page are going crazy right now. You may not be able to see the comments, but they are going crazy because I don't think people really realize all that you are made of because they've seen you in all of these different roles. But to get to an opportunity to see who you are behind the scenes, you're so substance filled and exciting and so full of so much. And so it's just a wonder what you do to stay so motivated. I want you to tell those that are watching before we end the show tonight how do you get refilled? Like, how do you get to that beautiful place where you're able to pour out so much?
I stay connected daily, all day long. That way. That's it. I have a prayer group of friends. We get up at 4 a.m. every single day, Monday through Sunday. And we have prayer and meditation, and then we go back to sleep. So I'm up every day at 4 a.m. And even before that, I was doing something called Morning Manna. And somebody reminded me of it recently. And they said, will you bring back Morning Manna? So I have brought back Morning Manna. It is now at about 4, because we do our 4. It's probably comes about 4:30ish. I log on. I've only done it for 2 days. These last 2 days, tomorrow will be day 3 of Morning Manna, that I've committed 90 days straight to getting on, just sharing what Spirit is giving me in my time of meditation just before I go live. Staying connected there is no, the magic is God. The magic is Jesus. Like there's nothing withheld from us. There's nothing, we can't even dream big enough. We can't even it's staying connected to source. And that's what I would tell anybody. Your magic, you are magic because you're here. Do you know how many sperm it took for that one to hit your mama egg? You already magic. You already was meant for this moment. Your life is on purpose. Like, you made it. Like, when you think of it that way, and then after you wake up another day and go, oh, there's breath in my body again. That means God got something for me to do or somebody for me to touch. So every time I log onto my live, and Kim, I want to say this about you. Every person that's on this live right now, they're assigned to you. They're assigned. They are your assignment. That's God. This stuff ain't to be, we pretty and we talk about beauty and we talk about all these things, but there's an assignment on our lives that God is using our gifts and talents to bring his people to himself. And we are doing nothing but being his arms and legs in the earth. What you want me to do, where you want me to go, how you want me to apply the makeup, how you want me to say these lines. We are spokespersons for the kingdom. We are peculiar people. We are not citizens of all this here. We are not natives of this earth. This is not us. We are spirits having a human experience. We are just regular girls. Like I always say, I'm just an ordinary girl doing extraordinary things. Yes. That is what I tell. That is who I am. I'm real regular. I'm real everyday. But let me tell you something. You can be a superstar yourself if you just stay connected.
Gotta stay connected. Gotta stay connected. And I want them to know what you did for us today in the way of connection. Just staying connected with our ministry, you guys. She watches Forward Church as often as she can. And last week, my husband spoke at a rally where he made the comment that your vote is the vaccine. And this was so impactful to Brayley that Brayley decided to make a t-shirt from it. You guys, she has merch as well. That's merchandise. So make sure you go to her website. It should be at the bottom of the screen, right up under her. But she, if you go to brayleyevans.com, you can get this t-shirt. And so she did this t-shirt in honor of my husband's quote, which is, "Your vote is the vaccine." And
That
some
touched
of the
me.
proceeds from that shirt, she donated back to our church today. And it was a surprise to me. And when I got off of our earlier interview, where you interviewed me, I just cried, because it just, you never know how much of an impact you're making in the earth, until someone comes back and sometimes and appreciates you. And so that connection that we have, I appreciate that, because it birthed something in you. And who knew? I mean, I knew you were definitely an activist, and you are, a political head. You're thinking constantly. I love the way your mind thinks. You're so much bigger than just
Thank you.
acting and what role do I have next. You're not focused on that. You're focused on God's work, and you're focused on purpose, and you're focused on blessing people, and you're focused on that. And so that's why all of those things keep coming to you, because you stay
Wow.
connected with your purpose. People don't realize how this thing works. And I talked about it earlier today. There is a formula to successful salvation. People make it harder than it has to be, because they go into their own mindset, and they want to do things in their own timing, the way they want to do it, instead of just doing what God tells you to do. God told you today, bless Forward Church. We've been a blessing to you. And sometimes I don't know who's watching, because we're just live, and we're just, we're ministering. And so we may not go back and read and look at who watched in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's such a blessing to know that my husband made that impact in your life. And that was because you got up on a Sunday morning and did what? Stay connected.
That's it. I was assigned to you.
About church, and those that are watching, and I say this from a pastoral perspective, whatever you do right now is not the time to be disconnected. It's not the time. And because we're not physically in a building, sometimes we lose that accountability, and we feel that we don't have to give. We feel that we don't have to sow. We feel that we don't have to minister to people, that we don't have to witness, that we don't have to exemplify godly character, because we're on vacation. You are not on vacation.
No.
As you can see, Brayley has not been on vacation. Pandemic, she said she has worked more during pandemic than she has when she went from role to role to role, because it gave her an opportunity to be able to share her gift with the world. We ought to celebrate her today.
Thank you.
We celebrate you here at Blend with Kimberly and Friends. Everybody that's watching absolutely loves Brayley Evans. You are a tremendous gift to the earth. And you are an answer to the earth. In the earth right now, so many people need your voice and need you to be a light. I am rooting for you, and I love you. We didn't even talk about any beauty hacks. So if y'all were looking for beauty hacks, you want to know what color lipstick she wearing and how she
go to Wink and Pout.
So beautiful.
Wink, pout. All you need to know is wink, pout. That's all you need to know. That's my beauty hack. Okay.
That's her beauty hack.
You see that skin glow glistening? Mm-hmm. Be gone. Okay. Go Wink and Pout.
She was so great today. She gave away a bottle of my Be Gone to one of her viewers and one of her supporters, and I appreciate that. It's our biggest selling product. It does work. I mean, y'all see, I don't have no filter on, and I'm glowing. You ain't got no.
Y'all see my glow?
Glowing. It's a glow.
I need y'all to see it.
We need y'all to see it. Check for it. Check for it. And
I wanted to on purpose wear no makeup earlier so that the glow would just, so they could see it, So tonight I got a little extra on.
You got real extra and real cute, and I love it, and I love you, and I appreciate you so much. There are people have literally, when you get an opportunity, for those that are watching, I know you may have had questions or comments. I don't know. I was seeing them at first. Sometimes they come. Who knows? Anyway, follow Brayley Evans. Go to her page.
Yes.
Follow Brayley Evans. Go to her website, www.brayleyevans.com. Make sure that you support my sister, support Black businesses, support women, Support us in this season because we are doing great and mighty and wonderful works. Brayley, you keep shining. You keep encouraging people.
Keep shining.
Come on, sing for us. Matter of fact, take us out.
Knowing you can always count on me for sure. That's what friends are for. I don't know why I'm singing that song. In good times. Hey, in bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna mouth it.
Hilarious. I don't know. I just when you said keep shining, it was either that or shining, 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 shining. No. Hey, y'all, I'm so silly, but I'm so grateful. Thank you for having me on your platform. Blessings to all of your supporters and people who are watching. You guys stay connected to this woman of God. She blessed me the moment I met her. She didn't know me from Adam. She was taking clothes out of her luggage, putting it on my body. She didn't know me. Let me tell you something. When you know somebody in the spirit, that's all you need to know. And this is someone who is true, who is honest, who is real. She is my sister in truth and in spirit. And I will support whatever you ever have going on. And I can't wait. Y'all go buy some more t-shirts so I can send some more money to Forward Church. Love you.
Amen. I love you too. Thank you so much, Brayley. Good night. Good night, everybody. Make sure you watch next week. And I will let you know who we're going to have on in the next few days. I'm so excited about this opportunity. Again, make sure you follow Brayley. Go to her website, www.brayleyevans.com. We thank you so much. God bless you. Good night, everybody. Have a great evening.
Night. Bye, guys.